What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at y'all with another banger, man. And as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, the build that I'm going to be bringing y'all today is a very rare build. It's going to be called the well-rounded wing. The way I ended up making it honestly reminds me of Michael Porter Jr., y'all. I have already brought you a build like that, but with this name is completely different, y'all. So before we get into it, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, y'all. To the Rich Gang family as well as any new supporters, shout out to y'all. Go ahead and run up those likes. Be sure to turn on post notice so y'all can see when I upload every single day. And last but not least, y'all, be sure to share this video with your family and friends. And now, let's go ahead and get into the making of this build. Now, really quick, I am telling you, there are a couple different ways that you can make this build. I went back and forth trying to find the best badge setup as well as the best height, weight, and wingspan. And on top of all that, I'm telling you, I came out with the best version possible. So what you want to go ahead and do is put it under the small forward position. From there, we're going to go ahead and get into the height, weight, and wingspan. So the height for this build, I genuinely enjoy it at 6'10". Now, when it comes to the weight, what I decided to go ahead and do is put it at 200 pounds. And when it came to the wingspan, instead of going maxed out, I went with 7'7", y'all. Now, when it comes to the body shape, you could go between defined, build, or the one that I'm picking, which is going to be burly, y'all. Now, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build when it comes to the stats. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and focus on is going to be our physicals. Now, our stamina is going to go up to a 70 for this build. When it comes to the vertical, I'm going to go ahead and put that to an 87. When it comes to the strength, that's going to come up later when we put up our interior defense. And when it comes to our acceleration, put that at 77 with an 80 speed. Now, when you get into the defensive side of things, what you want to go ahead and do here is put your block up to a 95. When it comes to the steal, go ahead and put that up to a 75. Perimeter defense is going to be maxed out at 78. And when it comes to the interior defense, like I told y'all earlier, max it out. That's going to be at 80, and it's going to bring your strength up to a 55. Now from there, to get an extra defensive badge, put your defensive rebound at 44 for 13 badges. Now, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. What you want to go ahead and do here is max out your speed with ball as well as your ball handle. Both of these are going to be at 69 and 68. When it comes to the pass accuracy, go ahead and put it at 79 or 78. It's all based on preference, but you're going to get 7 badges right there. Now, when it comes to the shooting, what we're going to go ahead and do here is put your free throw up to a 90. When it comes to the three-point shot, go ahead and put that up to a 79. And when it comes to the midi, put that at 82. Now, let's go ahead and get into the finishing. We're maxing out our close shot at 95. Gonna go ahead and put our driving layup to an 81, and same thing with our driving dunk. If you change any of these from the 81 stat, meaning you go to 82 or higher, you will change up the build name. So from here, put the rest either on your standing dunk for the extra badge of 12, or you can go ahead and mix up anything you want to do when it comes to these stats, as long as you don't change the build name. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest towards my stamina to get the 76, but then I decided to max out my strength as well. And now let's go ahead and get into the takeovers. As you can see, we get the slashing, sharpshooting, lockdown, as well as the rim protector, y'all. So it's really going to come down to what you feel like doing. I'm going to tell you right now, I would really consider both lockdown as well as rim protector takeovers. For the first one that I'm going to pick to go hand in hand with my block, I'm going to go ahead and pick stuff blocks. The second takeover that I feel like is going to be really good is going to be between the shooting or extreme clamps. I'm going to go with the extreme clamps just to be more overpowered. Now, as y'all can see, we have made the well-rounded wing, y'all. I can say that this build honestly reminds me of Michael Porter Jr. as well as Brandon Ingram. But let's go ahead and get into the making of what this build is going to look like once you grind it to 99. So our stamina is going to go up to an 84. When it comes to the vertical, that's 95. Strength is going to go up to a 66. When it comes to the acceleration, that's an 85, and we're going to have an 88 speed. Now, when it comes to the block, we're getting 99. Add boost for your defense, you're going to have over an 80. Interior defense, perimeter, as well as your steal. Now, when it comes to the ball handle and speed with ball, both of these are going to be in the high 70s if you add boost. And when it comes to the mid-range shot as well as your three-pointer, you could be in the 90s when it comes to your mid-range shot as well as the high 80s for your three-pointer if you add boost. When it comes to the close shot, you're going to have a 99, and same thing with your driving layup as well as your driving dunk. If you add boost for these, you're going to have a 90 rating, y'all. So as y'all can see, the stats for this build are honestly going to be pretty good, especially if you're running with teammates that like to run floor general as well as defensive leader. That, I'm telling you, is just going to make this build that much more overpowered, and this is something that I would definitely consider running if you're one that likes to run the rare builds, y'all. Now let's go ahead and get into the badge setup when it comes to this well-rounded wing. The first category we're going under is going to be the playmaking. Now, you have a couple different ways you could go about it. First, you could go with, honestly, handles for days on gold, because with the 70 ball handle, you are going to be able to hit some normal SIGs and do some nice moves out of it. But I'm going to end up going with floor general on gold as well as dimer. If you want to change it, go ahead and take off your dimer or your floor general as well as your handles for days and put on special delivery to help out your teammates get their takeover quicker. That's another clutch way to go about it. Let's go ahead and get into the finishing now. The badges I'm throwing on are going to be hook specialist on Hall of Fame, gold posterizer, lob city finisher on bronze, and for the last badge, I would consider pro touch to go hand in hand with hook specialist, y'all. Now let's go ahead and get into the next set of badges, which is the shooting. Now right here, I gotta be really picky because with this build, I want to choose badges that are only really gonna help me as much as I possibly can. So the first one that I'm gonna put on to help out with my takeover is gonna be hot shot on gold. From there, I'm running bronze, green machine, corner specialist, as well as catch and shoot. Deep threes is debatable, but honestly you should throw on clutch shooter. Go ahead and put on hot zone hunter on gold for sure, and then the last badge you could go with silver sniper, or you could choose another shooting badge. Let's go ahead and get into the last category of badges, which is the defense. So for this category, I like to spread the wealth. What I'm going to go ahead and do though is put on Hall of Fame Intimidator as well as Rim Protector, and then from there I'm going with bronze clamps, interceptor, chase down artist. But if you want to drop down clamps as well as interceptor to put on chase down artist on Hall of Fame, that's another way you could go about it. But for my preference and playstyle, I like to run as much badges as I possibly can and get the most bang for my buck. I'm going to go ahead and leave it up to y'all, but that's the setup we're going with: 12, 13, 7, and 13. Shout out to the Rich Gang family as well as any new supporters for coming through and showing y'all love as well as y'all support. I'm going to continue to drop these bangers every day, man. Y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, y'all. To the Rich Gang family as well as any new supporters, be sure to run up those likes. Go ahead and turn on post notice so y'all can see when I upload every single day. And last but not least, y'all, be sure to share this video with your family and friends, y'all. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.